Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. And on the screen today, you're going to be watching some very mediocre Modern Warfare gameplay. But I wanted to talk about the maps in this Modern Warfare beta. So, these three maps that we got, I think it's like Azir Cave or something like that. And then there's like Grasna Raid, and then Hackney Yard. And I think there's one more that they added. What's it called again? Gunrunner, right? Gunrunner is like the one that's like outside, or like the trains and like the snow and stuff like that. So 3 out of those 4 maps were, to me, were very bad, right? The only decent one, I'm not even gonna say it's good, the only decent one was Hackney Yard. Azir Cave, it felt like I was playing on like Afghan. That's like, you know, it was worse than Afghan, it was worse than Downturn, it was worse than, you know, every like all of them, right? Grasna Raid was just way too big. Like, I don't know why we're adding maps like that. That was the one where this picture was going around, and if I can find it, I'm gonna put it up on the screen, and it shows like all the red circles of all the places that you have to look, like, or all the places where somebody could be, right? So I wasn't really messing with that one at all, and the map was just way too big. And then Gunrunner, I don't know, like the map just, to me, it didn't flow well. I don't know, like it's just something about these maps that is just not clicking with me. Like I said, the only decent one was Hackney Yard, because it was a smaller map. Well, it was I'm assuming it's the smallest of the 4, right? But the thing that has me a little bit concerned, right, is, so let's jump back all the way to 2015 with Black Ops 3. And in Black Ops 3, in the Black Ops 3 beta, there were 3 maps. There was Hunted, there was Evac, and there was Combine. So Hunted was actually, you know, it was a decent map. If you don't remember, I'm gonna put a picture up of all the maps on the screen and stuff like that. But you know, Hunted was pretty decent. Evac was, I actually liked Evac. And then Combine is obviously, it's like one of the best maps in the game. It's probably the most recognized map besides Nuketown in Black Ops 3, right? Then we go to World War II, right? And in World War II, we had Ardennes Forest, which was actually good. I actually really liked that map a lot. We had Gibraltar, which was, it was decent. And then we had Point du Hoc, which I actually liked, right? So these maps, we could all say, you know, are good, right? They weren't bad. They weren't on the level of Modern Warfare. They were good. Then we go to Black Ops 4. Well, I'm gonna skip Infinite Warfare because I didn't really mess with that game. It was whatever, and I don't really remember like any of the maps at all, right? So jumping over to Black Ops 4, we have Frequency, which was good, Contraband, which was good, Seaside I liked, and then what else was there? There was Payload. Payload was actually pretty decent. And then we had Hacienda. They added that a little bit into the beta. And then we had Gridlock. Gridlock was the only one that I didn't really like, just because it reminded me of like Downturn, and Downturn in Modern Warfare 3 was, you know, pretty bad, right? So the thing that you kind of see with all these betas before Modern Warfare was that they all had, like, all those maps that they put in the beta turned out to be the good maps in the actual game. For example, like in Black Ops 3, when the beta was out, they didn't put Exodus, right? Because they knew that map was probably not gonna be that good, so they just decided to keep it out of the beta, put it in the game, and then, you know, it was whatever, right? In World War II, they didn't put Gustav Cannon, one of the worst maps in that game, even though that game only had 9 maps. But you know, they didn't put Gustav Cannon because they knew that people weren't gonna like it, right? In Black Ops 4, they didn't put Icebreaker in the beta because they knew that Icebreaker was going to be one of the worst maps in the actual game. And then obviously they weren't going to put back the maps that they brought back like for example Jungle or Slums or Summit or Firing Range, right? Because obviously everybody played those maps. They want to showcase the new and hopefully the good maps, right? So the thing that has me kind of concerned is that if Azir Cave and Gunrunner and Hackney Yard and Grazna Raid, like if these are the four like the four maps that Infinity Ward thinks are good, then I don't even want to see what the rest of the maps are going to look like, or what the rest of the maps are going to be when the full game actually comes out. Because the point of a beta, the point of a demo, is for you to kind of put your best foot forward in a sense, right? Like it's for you to say, okay, this is all the good stuff about our game. So hopefully you're gonna buy our game and pre-order our game and possibly buy some DLC or microtransactions or whatever you want to call it, right? Because you're not gonna put bad stuff in your demo. Like that's just not how you do business. If you show people a demo and it's bad, people aren't gonna want to give you their money, right? So hopefully, like Infinity Ward, like hopefully they messed up on the maps or something like that and we have some decent ones coming, or like I'm not really sure what's gonna happen. Like this is gonna be a big problem if these four maps are the best maps that we have in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 that's coming out in 1 month. This is gonna be a huge problem. The only saving grace for this would be if they kind of did what they did in Ghost, where in Ghost the maps were huge, the maps were shit, everybody was complaining like the maps were horrible, and they added the good decent maps in the DLC, right? Because if you remember with Ghost, the maps were huge, and then their selling point of the DLC was, oh yeah, it's small to medium sized maps, because everybody was complaining that the maps were too big for 6v6. And being on that point of being too big for 6v6, that's what I feel like these maps were designed for 10v10. Go and try and play a game of regular TDM 6v6 on Grazna Raid. Like it's literally like playing Battlefield. Like you have to run around for at least 30 seconds before you find somebody, right? So it's like, why are we designing maps like this, right? In World War II, the one thing that they did good was that they had the war game mode, right? Which I think was 9v9, I'm not too sure. But they designed maps for war like separately from the multiplayer maps, like the regular 6v6 maps, right? So if Infinity Ward had 3 years to make this game, like why are we designing maps that are made for 10v10 and we're putting them in the 6v6 game modes for like regular people to play? Shouldn't we have a separate pool of 6v6 maps? Shouldn't we have a separate pool of 10v10 maps and possibly 20v20 maps? Like, it makes you wonder what these people are really doing with all their money and time. They had 3 years to make this game. So I'm very confused as to what's going on. Like, this is like a little bit of a trend that I've found, is that more and more every year, I just get confused as to why developers think that they know what's best for the game when the community can just tell you. Why are we taking out the mini-map when the community didn't want it? Was it just to be different? Was it just to say, oh, I don't know? Like, I really don't know. I just find myself being more and more confused every single year. Like, I really don't understand. So anyway, I don't want to go off on, a tangent and everything and make this video 20 minutes. Although the YouTube algorithm will probably like me for that and probably push my videos to more people. But anyway, that's beside the point. I'm not too sure. But one thing that I do hope for is that I hope that, these maps are not a taste of what's to come in the regular maps, like when the full game comes out for Modern Warfare, because that's going to be a huge problem. And this game is probably like, if they don't save the maps like how they did in Ghost, then that's it. They're literally done. Like, the community, like the backlash is going to be real. Like, they're never going to be able to live this down, and they're never going to be able to kind of like let go of it, right? But yeah, that's pretty much it. As always, thank you for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. It's very much appreciated. All relevant links are down below. Leave your thoughts and comments down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you next one.
Thank you.